Hello students, myself Mr. S.D. Pandey, Assistant Professor, Department of Pharmaceutics at Viva Institute of Pharmacy, Virar. In our today's video, we are going to study about pharmaceutical ethics. In this video, we are going to see what is meant by law, what is meant by ethics, and we are also going to differentiate between law and ethics. Along with, we are going to study pharmacist in relation to his job, in relation to his trade, in relation to medical profession, and in relation to his own profession. So let's begin with our today's video. So we'll start with definitions. First, definition of law. So law can be defined as rules of human conduct binding on all persons in nation or state. Or law is a philosophically discovered set of principles which expresses true nature of things and to which man must conform his conduct. Or law is body of agreement of man organized politically into society. Or law is a body of commands of sovereign authority in a politically organized society. Or law is a system of percepts whereby an individual may realize the most complete freedom consistent with freedom of others. Okay, so this is all definition of law. Moving to the next definition, अगला definition है ethics. So ethics can be defined as rules by which a profession regulate action and set standard for all its member. Okay, or ethics is a science of moral principle and represents a slightly different kind of effort to control human conduct. Or ethics is an appeal to the conscience and more often than not it helps the people in treading right path in all walks of life. Okay, so now looking at difference between law and ethics. ठीक है, लॉ और ethics के बीच का डिफरेंस देख लेते हैं. तो स्टार्टिंग विथ फर्स्ट पॉइंट ऑफ लॉ एंड फर्स्ट पॉइंट ऑफ ethics. So law of human conduct bind on all persons in the state, whereas rules by which profession regulate action and set standard for all its members. ठीक है, यानी लॉ ऐसा होता है जो देश में रहने वाले या फिर उस जगह पे रहने वाले सभी लोगों के लिए सेम होता है, whereas ethics will differ from person to person. Okay, then law may prevent one from causing injury to another, but it cannot force him to help his neighborhood in need of ours. Okay, helping the neighbor is function of ethics. ठीक है, आपको लॉ दूसरे को नुकसान पहुंचाने से रोक सकता है. आपको पता है कि यदि आपने दूसरों को नुकसान पहुंचाया तो आपको पनिशमेंट मिल सकती है. However, law cannot help you or not cannot force you to help your friend or you help your neighbor in need. However, your ethics will definitely make you realize that you should help your neighbor or help the needy, right? A law is something you must obey, and ethics is how society expects you to obey or behave. फिर अगला पॉइंट है लॉ डील्स विद एक्शंस दैट आर पनिशेबल. आपको पता है अगर आपने लॉ नहीं फॉलो किया देन यू आर लाइबल फॉर पनिशमेंट, वेरएस इथिक्स डील विथ राइट और रॉन्ग. राइट, हमें खुद समझ में आता है कि हमने जो किया है वो सही है या गलत है, दैट इज़ राइट और रॉन्ग. सो दैट इज़ नथिंग बट इथिक्स. लॉस आर रिटन एंड it have been approved documents, whereas ethics are also written words but they are not carrying legal status. ठीक है, यानी ethics कोई legal status नहीं carry करता है, that is from within. Okay, then the next one is if law is broken a violator may be subjected to punishment, a fine or imprisonment. And if rules of ethics are broken, the professional body may subject the violator to loss of professional privileges. Okay, that is अगर कोई इंसान लॉ नहीं फॉलो करता, लॉ डिसओबे करता है, तो उस वक्त उसे फाइन या फिर इम्प्रिजनमेंट का पनिशमेंट मिलता है. और यदि कोई व्यक्ति इथिक्स ब्रेक करता है तो इट ब्रिंग्स डिसक्रेडिट टू हिम. ठीक है, लोगों का उस पर से विश्वास उठ जाता है और अल्टीमेटली इट ब्रिंग्स or results in loss of privilege to that profession. Okay, so this is difference between law and ethics. Moving to next slide, that is importance of pharmaceutical law क्यों ज़रूरी है. तो फिर pharmaceutical law covers the legal aspect regarding to manufacture of drug in pharmaceutical industries, their storage, sale and distribution. Okay, it also helps the pharmacist to understand their legal and ethical responsibilities and thereby avoid the danger of unnecessary legal proceedings. Then, the pharmaceutical law safeguards the health of the people by making right medication by controlling pharmacy business and profession. Also, the patient should get the drug of good quality which are tested and evaluated for safety purpose. Then, pharmaceutical law relates to the creation, sale, distribution and use of pharmaceutical drug. Another important role in product safety and marketing to promote healthcare by regulating the manufacture, supply and distribution of good quality drugs and to safeguard the people from misleading and false advertisements related to drug and remedies. So students, for all this purpose our pharmaceutical law are very important. Now let's have a look on the ethics of pharmacist in relation to his job. Okay, so the first is pharmaceutical service. A pharmacist should provide an efficient and reasonable comprehensive pharmaceutical service throughout the through the medical store और फार्मेसी. ठीक है, यानी कि जो भी मेडिकल स्टोर या फार्मेसी फार्मासिस्ट ने खोला हुआ है, with the help of that he should provide a comprehensive pharmaceutical service. Okay, then such service should include supply of common required medicaments or medicines without undue delay and furnish the emergency supply at all times. Okay, so whenever possible or whenever required he should be able to provide those medicine to the needy ones. Okay, then coming to the next point, that is pharmacy or drugstore. So in every pharmacy or drugstore there should be qualified pharmacist to have पर्सनल कंट्रोल द फार्मेसी. ठीक है, यानी जो भी फार्मासिस्ट है वो फार्मासिस्ट का अपने फार्मेसी पे पर्सनल कंट्रोल होना चाहिए. ही शुड बी पर्सनली प्रेजेंट ओवर देयर एंड द फार्मासिस्ट शैल बी प्राइमरली रिस्पॉन्सिबल फॉर ऑब्जर्वेंस ऑफ प्रॉपर स्टैंडर्ड ऑफ कंडक्ट इन कनेक्टेड देयर विथ. ठीक है, वहाँ पे जो भी रूल्स एंड रेगुलेशंस फॉलो हो रहे हैं या नहीं हो रहे हैं वो इंश्योर करना फार्मासिस्ट की रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी होती है. ठीक है, coming to a next point, a pharmacy should be planned in such a way that there is no accidental contamination in preparation, then dispensing and supply of medicine. That is, whatever pharmacy is there, आपका जो भी फार्मेसी है वहाँ पे आपने मेडिसिन इस तरह से अरेंज किए हुए रहना चाहिए कि अगर आपके पास कोई प्रिस्क्रिप्शन आया तो प्रिस्क्रिप्शन हैंडल करते वक्त या फिर ड्रग देते वक्त there has to be no any accident. Yani see, many of the medicine they have the similar names, right, similar pronunciation, so there are the chances that there may be some sort of error while dispensing the prescription. So your pharmacy should be such well organized and such planned that there will be no any chances of such accidents. Okay, then the next one is the appearance of premises should reflect the professional character of pharmacy. Okay, that is whatever the premises is there, that premises should appear very professional. ऐसा नहीं कि बस आपका फार्मेसी शॉप है तो उसी में आपने और भी कुछ रखा हुआ है. ठीक है, सो इट शुड नॉट अपीयर लाइक दैट, इट शुड बी वेरी प्रोफेशनल. ओके, देन द नेक्स्ट पॉइंट, दैट इज प्रिस्क्रिप्शन. सो prescription presented for dispensing should not be discussed with patient or other regarding the merits and demerits of their थेरेप्यूटिक एफिकेसी. ओके, यानी आपके पास जो भी प्रिस्क्रिप्शन आया हुआ है आपको वो प्रिस्क्रिप्शन पेशेंट के साथ डिस्कस नहीं करना है. ठीक है, आपको डॉक्टर ने यूं ही लिख दिया, इसकी कोई ज़रूरत नहीं थी, ये तो ऐसे ही सबको लिखते रहते हैं. सो यू आर नॉट सपोज टू डिस्कस ऑल दिस थिंग्स रिगार्डिंग वॉट एवर प्रिस्क्रिप्शन हैज़ केम टू यू. ओके, सो what you have to do is you are not supposed to discuss any merit, any demerits regarding the therapeutic efficacy regarding the prescription that you have received. ठीक है. Then the next point is a pharmacist should not show any expression on his face so that patient lose his faith in the physician or prescriber after receiving the prescription. ओके यानी आपको प्रिस्क्रिप्शन मिलने के बाद आपके चेहरे पे आपके हाव भाव नहीं बदलने चाहिए. इट शुड रिमेन एज दे वेर. गेटिंग. Otherwise, see, suppose you make something a very different face, then ultimately there are the chances that whatever person, whatever patient has came, he may lose faith in the prescriber, right? If you make a expression like "What is this?" on your face, so ultimately he will think like the prescriber has mentioned something wrong, right? So this should not happen. So therefore, once you have received the prescription, being a pharmacist, you should not show or you should not have any expression on your face, okay, by which a patient may lose their faith in the physician or prescriber. Then the next is no addition, omission or substitution of ingredients in the prescription should be made without the consent of prescriber whenever possible except in the emergency. So many times it happens, right? Suppose you have a pharmacy, आपका फार्मेसी है, आपके पास एक प्रिस्क्रिप्शन आया है, आपके पास कोई मेडिसिन उसमें से नहीं है, आपके पास उसके जगह कोई और मेडिसिन है. देन यू से येस, इंस्टेड ऑफ दिस यू टेक दिस. सो दिस शुड नॉट बी डन. ठीक है. या फिर आपके पास एंटासिड सरप्लस में अवेलेबल है, तो जो भी पेशेंट आ रहे हैं, चलो एक एंटासिड भी ले लो साथ में, एसिडिटी नहीं होगी. सो दिस शुड नॉट बी डन. ओके. सो you are not supposed to add, you are not supposed to make any sort of omission, any sort of substitution of the ingredients that have been prescribed, okay, unless and until it has been told by the physician. Okay. However, in conditions of emergency, it can be considered. Then the next is, in case of obvious error in the prescription, it should be referred back to the prescriber for necessary correction or appeal the change suggested. That is, whenever there is an obvious error by the prescriber in the prescription, ठीक है, अगर प्रिस्क्रिप्शन में कोई गलती भी है, ठीक है, एट दैट टाइम यू आर सपोज टू रेफर बैक टू द प्रिस्क्राइबर. ठीक है, जिन्होंने प्रिस्क्रिप्शन लिखा है, आपको उनके पास जाना चाहिए फॉर द करेक्शन. यू कैन कॉल देम राइट नाउ, यू कैन हैव अ टेलीफोनिक कन्वर्सेशन that sir, this is the error in the prescription, this can be the effect of this, so what has to be done. Okay, you have to take his approval, and then only you are supposed to change whatever he has mentioned. ठीक है, and all these things should be carried out without the information of the patient. आपको ये सारी चीज़ें पेशेंट से डिस्कस नहीं करनी है. ठीक है. Then if at all change in prescription is necessary, it should not affect the reputation of the physician. ठीक है, मैंने अभी वही बताया आपको कि अगर उसमें चेंज ज़रूरी भी है तो फिर चेंजेस हैज़ टू बी डन विदाउट इंटीमेटिंग द पेशेंट. ठीक है. सो वॉट एवर द प्रिस्क्राइबर इज़ देयर, हुस एवर फिजिशियन इज़ देयर, हिज रेपुटेशन इज़ नॉट अफेक्टेड. ठीक है. आपके एरर या फिर उनके एरर की वजह से उनका रेपुटेशन कहीं पे भी दाव पे नहीं लगना चाहिए. So for that purpose, you should take care that whatever the prescriber is there, his reputation is not affected anyhow. Then a pharmacist should never recommend any particular prescriber unless he is specially asked to do so. ठीक है. So unless and until you are asked कि for this purpose who is the best doctor or who is the best physician in the area, you should not give your recommendation. आपको recommend नहीं करना है, हाँ उनके पास चले जाइए, वो अच्छे physician है, या फिर आप इनके पास क्यों गए, ये तो ऐसे ही बहुत सारे medicines लिखते हैं. So no, you are not supposed to recommend any particular prescriber unless and until you are asked to do so. Getting? Then moving to next point, drug and ingredients. So while dispensing the prescription, the ingredients or drug must be weighed or measured correctly as the case may be by scale or measures. So whatever the case may be, आपको जो भी ड्रग देने हैं वो आपको प्रॉपर उतने ही देने हैं. ठीक है. So nowadays it's not like you no need to measure anything, right? Suppose number of tablets that have been mentioned, you should be or you should dispense only that much amount of tablet to the patient, right? Then the next one is, pharmacists should always use drug and medicine preparations of standard quality. ठीक है. So whatever drugs and medicine you are using, they should be of standard quality. Then drugs or medicine likely to cause addiction and other form of abuse should not be supplied when there is reason to suppose that it is required for such purpose. ठीक है, many times it happens that patient they come with old prescription. ठीक है, and when you suppose, when you know that it can be used for the addiction, so at that time when you have sufficient reason, then you should supply only and only when it is required. Okay, then moving to next one, practical training. So while imparting practical training, the in charge pharmacist should see that the trainee acquires sufficient technique and skill. जो भी फार्मासिस्ट आपके यहाँ पे ट्रेनिंग ले रहा है, जो भी स्टूडेंट फार्मासिस्ट आपके यहाँ ट्रेनिंग ले रहा है, यू नो दैट फॉर कंप्लीशन ऑफ डिप्लोमा अ स्टूडेंट नीड्स टू कैरी आउट अ ट्रेनिंग ऑफ 500 आवर्स, है ना. डिप्लोमा कंप्लीट होने के बाद मिनिमम 500 आवर्स का ट्रेनिंग मस्ट है, एंड इन 3 months. So definitely in that time when you're imparting the training, you're the in charge of that respective pharmacy. At that time you should take care that whosoever person is taking training, he is getting the all the sufficient skill and techniques that is required. Then no certificate should be granted to the trainee pharmacist before completion of the prescribed period for training or without undergoing practical training, or unless the trainee acquires sufficient knowledge. दैट इज़ बहुत बार क्या होता है कि हाँ दिस इज़ नोन टू मी, ये मेरे पहचान का है, तो फिर क्या करते हैं हम कि ठीक है आप ट्रेनिंग पे मत आओ, फिर भी हम उन्हें प्रिस्क्रिप्शन सर्टिफिकेट इशू कर देते हैं कि ही हैज़ कंप्लीटेड द ट्रेनिंग. बट रिमेंबर बाय डूइंग दिस यू आर हैम्परिंग दैट पर्सन हिमसेल्फ, राइट. सो डेफिनेटली वेंसो एवर ही विल गो इन फ्यूचर, he will be having lack of knowledge. उन्हें knowledge नहीं रहेगा कि how to handle the prescription, how to handle or how to deal with the patients, right, how to have a effective communication. So definitely such sort of practice should not be done by a pharmacist, okay, whosoever is the in charge pharmacist of that respective shop, right, of that respective pharmacy. So he should not issue any certificate unless and until that respective trainee pharmacist has completed his duration of training, okay, or if he has not acquired sufficient skill and knowledge, so he should not be issued with the certificates. So student, this is in our current video. In our next part 2 of the same video, we are going to study regarding pharmacist in relation to his trade, pharmacist in relation to medical profession, and pharmacist in relation to his job, pharmacist in relation to his own profession. In our this video we have seen pharmacist in relation to his job. Okay, so just summarizing in short, in pharmacist in relation to his job we have seen pharmaceutical service, then pharmacy or drug store, then the third point was prescription, followed by drug or ingredients, and last one was practical training. So thank you everyone, we'll be meeting in next video.